Well, thank you for coming today. According to the National Institutes of Health, 1,375 Texans died of an opioid-related overdose in 2016 alone. That's the last date for which we have statistics. That is roughly half the Texans we lost to drug overdoses last year. To put it in perspective, that would make up an entire 5A Texas high school. Every 3 weeks in this country, opioid abuse inflicts a death toll equivalent to 9/11. Between 1999 and 2016, that number is well in excess of 350,000 nationally. When you total it up, 115 people in America die of opioid overdoses every single day. And someone somewhere loses a loved one to opioid overdose roughly every 13 minutes. Needless to say, our entire country is feeling a lot of pain in the hands of pain pills. No doubt failures at every level contributed to this crisis, but the corruption and dishonesty of a few bad actors are at its very core. It is the job of those in public office to hold them accountable for wrongdoing. Last year, I joined 40 other state attorneys general in serving investigative subpoenas to 8 companies that manufacture or distribute highly addictive painkillers. The next step in that effort is what I am announcing today: a lawsuit against Purdue Pharma for violating the Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act. My office is holding Purdue Pharma accountable for fueling the nation's opioid epidemic by deceptive marketing of its prescription opioid painkillers, including OxyContin. Purdue used false and deceptive practices to promote these products through its sophisticated marketing scheme aimed at consumers and healthcare providers alike. In the face of abundant evidence showing that the drug was dangerous and that long-term use could lead to addiction, Purdue saw fit to exchange destroyed lives for financial gain. Lying about the true nature of a dangerous drug is unconscionable and illegal. It represents a callous disregard for human life that Texans simply cannot and will not tolerate. As Purdue enriched itself on opioid sales worth billions of dollars annually, Texans and others across the nation have paid a heavy price. In 2016 alone, drug overdoses claimed the lives of 2,831 Texans. 4 of the top cities for opioid abuse are in Texas. Those are Texarkana, Amarillo, Odessa, and Longview. According to one estimate, opioid abuse costs Texas around $1.9 billion in health care each year. When you add in the cost of courts, jails, and lost productivity, that number rises to around $20.8 billion. That is $760 for each Texan. 5 states in addition to Texas are also suing Purdue today, bringing the total cases against the company to 22. We must make those who have caused the opioid crisis feel the pain that they have inflicted on our communities. Purdue is far from the only culprit, and my office continues to investigate other players. This civil enforcement action is the first step on a long road that will ultimately impose accountability on the opioids industry as a whole. And just from a personal standpoint, I know that many of you in the room have experienced loved ones, family members, friends that have lost loved ones. And I can say I personally have had friends that have lost sons and daughters. And I don't want to continue to have to hear stories about the horrific loss that many Texans have suffered. So today we move forward, and I'm happy to take any questions that you have about this issue.